the Jacksonville Jaguars make the big move of the draft and trade up for Travis Hunter. I'm not necessarily a fan. I think this is one of those things where like everyone loves Travis Hunter right now, and he's the darling of the
Yep.
kind of the analytic crowd. And they're, if you disagree and say like, oh, they should have taken a defensive tackle, everyone's like, you're an idiot. You don't know anything about football. I don't think anybody knows. I know some people on the medical end. I know some people on the football end of just around the league that were, are rightfully skeptical of this, right? I mean,
And I don't. I think it's
1,400
like
snaps,
so
in the Pac-12 is a lot different than 1,400 snaps
for sure.
in the NFL.
Yeah, 17 games is different than 12 games and all of that.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting. I can't wait to watch the player. By the way, like I can't wait to watch what Travis Hunter becomes in the pros. I think it's one of the most interesting players that have come into the league in the last 20 or 30 years. So, like, let's get that on the record first. He's a great player,
Sure.
and I can't wait to see what he becomes. Like you look at the Rams' background of James Gladstone and Liam Cohen, and to me, like you understand that this is what the Rams would do is they would take big swings. However, there are two differences. Number one, their swings were on veteran players. And number two, they had demonstrated that they were close. Like they were right there. You know what I mean? And we are close. And that's the thing that like worries me a little bit about this is like this move ostensibly demonstrates that those guys who are in charge think this team is closer than maybe the rest of us do. And maybe they are. Because if they're close, I like this move. Like if they're on the doorstep, like God bless you. Like I like it because that first round pick might be in the 20s next year, and you're not as worried about it and all of that, right? So I think this maybe boils down as much as it boils down to how good Hunter is. I think it boils down to how good the team is too, and whether the team is ready to compete. Whether this is a win now sort of team that would usually prompt a win now sort of move like this.
I thought it was interesting. We did a post-draft show on Underdog with James Palmer, who does a podcast with Steve Smith, future potential Hall of Famer Steve Smith. And the two of them were talking Travis Hunter's pro day in Boulder. And Steve Smith had said this to me, which I thought was it's just worth putting in the bank. Travis Hunter is incredibly athletic. But if you're not a full-time wide receiver or a full-time cornerback, it's hard for him to realize that every single route that he runs has a tell. And in the pros, a defensive pack will pick that apart in a second.
Yeah.
So do you lose some of your advantage? I just thought that was like an interesting note from Steve Smith that I think is worth passing along. But listen, it's funny, like the Jaguars and the Browns were two of the cornerstone franchises of the Kevin Costner epic draft day. And this is one of these situations where in both cases, it seems like the owner came down and to borrow the line from Frank Langella, who is the owner of the Browns in the movie and is a water park magnate. That's how he made his billions.
I have an update for that on you. I started watching right before my 8-year-old went to bed the other night.
You started watching
let's just watch the first 10 minutes of this and see if you want to keep going. And he wants to keep going. So
did you get to the part where the Browns owner put his arm around his GM and he said, "People pay to get wet, Sonny. Make a splash." That's so I think that might have happened.